As Christians, what do we do when things don't turn out as planned? Hi, I'm Bernie Smith, your missionary to West Africa Advanced School of Theology in Lomé, Togo. A few years ago, I was driving home much later than I should have been out in the city of Lomé. That's the capital city of Togo, where my wife and I have served for the last 25 years. I had to pass through a military checkpoint, and the man in charge of the checkpoint was not pleased at all. He came over to the side of my car with his machine gun leveled right at my face, and I greeted him like I'd known him all my life. I didn't recognize him, but I sure recognized the gun he was carrying. I recognized the uniform he was wearing, and I could see his lips moving as he read what was written on the side of my car, Mission Assemblée de Dieu, Assemblies of God Mission in French. And all at once he dropped his gun, just let it hang by the strap, and jumped back and said, "I know who you are." And I thought, oh no, what have I done? He called all the other soldiers out, and they surrounded the car, and they began talking in their tribal language, which I couldn't understand. All I could do was fire up some emergency prayers. Lord, take care of my children and my wife should this thing go south. All at once he realized that I couldn't understand, and he switched back to French. He said, "I was in charge of this checkpoint 1 year ago." He gave the exact date when you passed through, and I asked you for a New Testament, and you gave me one. But what I didn't tell you that night is my wife and I were divorcing. We were arguing every night about who would take care of the children and how would things be disposed. But when I took that book home, my wife began reading it out loud in the house every night. And the peace of God came into our house. Our family has been restored. My wife and I are staying together. As a matter of fact, my wife and children are members of, and he gave the name of a church that one of our WAST graduates was pastoring. And I looked at him, I said, "But what about you?" He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "There's no brother-in-law to God. You can't get to heaven by your wife's faith. You need to be in church with her and with your children. You need to give your life to Jesus." And this man who had held me at gunpoint just moments before was now bowing before me saying, yes, Pastor, I need to give my life to Christ." What do we do when things don't turn out as planned? God always has a plan.